Yo, what is good, my anime people? What is good, yo? Guys, Dororo. Holy crap. They're really speeding this thing up right now. I did not expect the brother, like seeing the brother to just automatically practically lead into to seeing the father pretty much making his stand. Not only does he make his stand, but he's in his own hometown, so there's no real way for him to lose in the like a advantage of just knowing where he's at. Also, what is separating him and someone else is pretty much his, the troops he has are the only thing really giving him any type of maybe advantage at this point because they're uh, long range. But I mean, even I don't know. I don't think we've seen our main guy fight that many long range opponent like like not bullets, but like thorns or something flying at him. He hasn't really dealt with actual ranged attacks as much as he's dealt with close up like monsters, which we even get to see in this week's episode with him fighting the wolves literally coming straight down for him. So it's a weird situation to pretty much know that whatever we get from here on out is probably going to start leading into just why his father is the way he is, and maybe us seeing a very close encounter of them just fighting in general. Because, to be fair, the father has some good reason to be acting this way. Like he really honestly believes that he's doing good by everybody. So to to see it kind of blowing up in his face and to see it being the complete opposite of good, it sucks. Um, and I think we are going to learn just if um, just if we're going to get any more consequences from what his father has done from this point on. I honestly feel like he's suffering, but he doesn't know it because as of right now, we get to finally see the one thing I wanted to see is what his soul looked like. That is what I wanted to see, and we get to see that pretty clearly through the eyes of my boy. So to think that his father's soul is pretty much as corrupt, if not still a little piece there, is it's going to be completely taken over sooner or later. It's interesting to see um, how slowly it kind of is taking its toll on him. It's not an instantaneous thing where he's all of a sudden a demon seemingly, but I take that back. He may have that because it would make a lot more sense why he's so uncaring to something like finding out his son is alive, and then when he finds out he's alive, he's like, "Oh, so that's why the demons are dying. I need to kill him." Like that's his first thought process after hearing that his son that he thought was dead actually made it. And I'm gonna get beat up real quick because I'm doing something, but I can still multitask while I'm doing it. Um, the best part though that we see is we are um, we are going to get a lot, and I mean a lot of different battles, seemingly of still all the demons to come. Because I feel like this is way too early for them to like settle their differences or for one of these characters to be taken out. I was kind of like happy that the dad might be able to get beat up or something, but then I thought about it. I was like, he's in the better position right now. Not only was he showing up late to this battle that already had taken a toll on our character, but the kid is on the other side of the wall, and they all know that there's a different group of people, like a different group of a different army on the other side, and because of that, if they get caught, they're pretty much in their, they can't do anything about it at all. So I'm looking at the long scheme of this, and it seems like the best thing that could possibly happen is if he crosses over the territory, hearing them in trouble, and gets away that way. Because if not, man, he's gonna have a rough fight on his hands. Not to mention, he might lose his two companions as of right now if he doesn't actually um, get to them. They're not supposed to be over there, and that's what's really putting them in a lot of deep trouble right now. So we'll see how this all plays out. This is a very interesting way to start a show, because start a part one of episodes, because not only did the supposed quote unquote demon get away, but now we're looking at, face to face with someone who could be even more dangerous than the demons themselves, because he's willing to do all of this in hopes of the demons winning, or in hopes of the demons getting stronger. So I am fascinated in everything that's coming with this show. I mean, they're killing it, and to think that we are barely getting a glimpse of potentially the end of the show, like this isn't even close to ending. We still got a good amount of episodes. So this is, I will say it again, one of my top shows of the year already, and I'm gonna hold it at that, because I think it's one of the shows that came from 2018 and still continuing, and somehow it's still just ridiculously on point, like wow, beautiful. So with all that being said, this story kind of felt like I can understand a little bit why people are calling like couple past episodes where we obtained the nose a filler episode. Even though he did obtain the nose, I think it kind of fits in with its own continuity. But with that, we get a story that's practically identical, like now, because probably when they wanted to do that nose story, they thought it was unique enough to stand on its own two legs and not really coexist too much with the other episodes. But that could just be me and how I felt about it, because when I see this, it straight up shows me a kid that's separated from a woman that he loves, and the woman that he loves pretty much being in contact with the demon, or in contact with somebody who's acting as if a demon and killing, just because that's what gives them power, that's what gives them pleasure at the end of the day. Because you can go into a village that you've taken over, and it's their territory, and you don't need to kill every single person. Sure, all these people that are uh, in this village could potentially pick up a sword and be a threat, but it didn't seem to be that case. Or you could try to convert them into yours. So I don't know. It just seemed like the weird way to go about taking out a whole entire people. But I guess that's just how war was. If you were someone that was siding with a lord, and that lord gets into trouble, and then he doesn't come through to set up troops and protect you, then you get killed, because that lord will then lose his his actual I was gonna say clout. Good God, he's gonna lose his reputation, and no one's going to want to be protected by a lord that isn't actually protecting anybody besides the people who are already past the wall. Um, I think that was a very smart plan on their part, but that just goes to show you how evil and um, maybe how twisted we humans are, right next to demons. Not to mention a human reaching out to the demons just to save his people, and not try to save the whole entire world or something like that. He's like, I want it to be just this group of people. Everybody else, eh. But us, make us great. So that's just what we're dealing with. And I love the aspect of the son finally getting to see his father, and almost maybe understanding that he had the better end of the stick when it came down to not being raised there, as well as losing everything he lost there. So I don't know, guys. This show definitely has a way of showing us some pretty brutal stuff, and to think that these guys just got taken into a different side of like a territory that's completely against the other side, it seems very like a good mix up for trouble. So we'll see what happens overall. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if you did, and I will be greatly appreciated of that. Go down in the comments, tell me how you guys are feeling about these shows. And with that, my anime people, have an amazing day. I am the Anime G, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow for sure with that daily content. So with that, peace.